Greetings, automotive enthusiasts. Check out this rad little car here. This is an '89 Pulsar NX. And this is an amazing little 80s time capsule. So it's actually a Kansas car. A little old lady in Hayes, Kansas bought this car brand new. And she bought it in her 50s. And then she drove it up until her 90s. So this is basically a one owner car. A friend of hers bought it from her and then basically drove it 20 miles to her house and then sold it to help her sell it. So, I mean, so we got a second owner with 20 miles, but that really is kind of impervious. It's a one owner car with 13,000 miles on it. I'm gonna do a little walk around right now, and we'll cover all the little goodies and stuff in the car later, but do a little walk around with the T-tops on, and then we'll have some fun and pop the tops off and show you this little car. It is an incredible survivor, and you guys are gonna love it. I guess we'll go ahead and start the video with the tops on, so that way I can show you the condition of the tops and everything, but then we'll pop it off when we do the interior. So let's start here at the very front. The hood it's just, could hardly be any better. I mean, if you look, I think there's one tiny little scratch right there. I mean, and that's, I mean, you have to look at it, but see, I go different angles. Looks like there's a little bitty chip right there, little touch up, but look at that. That hood is in gorgeous condition. And then here is the lights. Go ahead and get kind of lower here for you, and check out the stripes. It's just like, those are always cracked up and faded and deteriorated, and these are excellent. Got a little doink right there, a little bump on the bumper. The lens is good, lights is good, marker lights, headlights are beautiful. Go across the front of it, and I'll get it up on the lift and kind of show you underneath of things, so I won't crawl underneath of it right now. That'll be later on in the video, when it's up on the lift. A couple little scratches there. Again, lens is good. It's like a couple little touch-ups or something. Yeah, some little touch-ups or something kind of weird right there. And then there is the marker. Headlight is super nice. Just look at this car. Unbelievable. Coming down the left side here. And again, I just want to show you this stripe. It is just so cool. I've never seen stripes in that kind of condition until back in '89. That left fender is super nice. Brand new tires. This wheel cover looks, look at that. I mean, it looks showroom original. Here's the front of the fender. And these are actually a really good, nice all-season tire. I looked, it's a Saloon SH405, and this was the softest compound, you know, really the nicest tire. They're so limited on tire sizes on these old cars, you know. It's not like you can go out and buy a Michelin in this size, they just don't make them. So, but I use a lot of Saloons, they're really good tires, and like I said, this was all the sources. It was not the cheapest tire, wasn't my principle, it was find the best tire, and that was the best available. Looking down here, the mirror's got a little scuff on it. Little scuff on the mirror there. And then looking down the left side of the door. Now, probably the biggest, you know, boo-boo on the car is there were door dings, several door dings on the left door. They must have parked it in the garage and a little bit here on the right quarter panel. And so what we did was we had the dings PDR'd, so we took the dents out, and then Van Gogh went and touched them all up. So they did a really, really good job. I mean, it's about 90%. So when I go like this, so if you look, you know, unless you get close, you know, and I mean, it is what it is. But obviously they didn't drive this car very much, and it's kind of a victim of sitting in the garage, it looks like. But it did come out very nice. Pulsar NX. And then looking down the lower part of the door, the moldings, everything is very, very nice. Even around the door handle, all the paint is nice. One little ding right here in the quarter panel, a couple dings, one right there and one on the lip. One little ding above it there. Again, it kind of took a little bit of a doinks there in the garage. Look at that wheel cover. Just absolutely fantastic. And again, the stripes all the way. And here are the T-tops. And they are immaculate. All the rubber seals in this car are fresh and like new, soft, no cracks, no deterioration, no issues whatsoever. Here, check this out. I got to show you this little manual antenna. But look, we're like, well, we don't have a place to put the antenna. We'll just put it in the side, the rear pillar post and put it in an angle. It works, but I mean, that's better than, and then it's nice because you can kind of reach back and raise it, and then, you know, keeps the fenders and everything cleaner. But it actually has, I'll show you this. This is the original windshield, and which I will tell you is almost flawless. I mean, it's just almost mint. But I believe there might even be a little antenna in the windshield. Yes, there is. A little bitty antenna wire in the windshield also. So it has two antennas. Kind of interesting anyway. Here is our glass, and it is perfect. Heated back glass. Now, an interesting thing is this top actually comes off. So you can remove that top and remove the T-tops, and it's like you got a little cabriolet, like with the basket handle. It just makes for crazy. And then they did sell right here, they did sell a wagon. So this was a modular car, like one of the first cars that you kind of had modular panels, but and it comes with a toolkit and everything, but there's a wagon hatch. It comes out like this and then comes straight down. And so it makes for like a little shooting brake or something like that. This car, that was an option, kind of rare. You don't see it very often. Pretty cool. And you can, like I said, if you find one, you can paint it and add it to the car because the car is the same. Nissan Pulsar NX. And then look at the taillights. Just absolutely amazing. And normally those things faded out really bad. And look at that. James, Downtown Hayes. But look at even the dealer sticker is just fresh. That's really remarkable. And looking across the deck lid, or hatch, it's actually a hatchback. It is immaculate. I'll go ahead and take you on a tour around the bumper. Really nice. You can kind of tell that there was one little bump right here. There's just a little bit of distortion right here, a little bit of a wave, but did its job. 5-mile-an-hour bumper. Little scuff here on the corner. And like you said, little scuff right there and a little touch up right there. But this little bumper looks superb. Love the color on this car too. Wait till you see the interior of it. It is just super cool. Here is the right wheel cover, and it looks like it took a little scrape to something there, but otherwise it's immaculate. Got a little scratch on it. And then looking down the right side of the car, it's pretty much flawless. So obviously it parked on the right side of the garage, or maybe a parking spot for their job, something like that. But the right side of this car, I'll keep going here, but I don't see any issues or flaws. A little mark on the mirror right there, but looking this way, go both angles, but it is immaculate. Right fender as well. There's your right front wheel cover. Mark right there. And then the tops here from the passenger side. What a neat little car. All right, we'll go ahead and pop the hood and give you a tour underneath the hood. Then we'll pull the T-tops. All right, we got the hood popped here. Now this is they had true trim levels of these. They had the XE and then the SE. This is the XE, so this has the little 1.6 liter carbureted. 4-cylinder engine, a little 12-valve engine there. Rated at about 90 horsepower and it mated to a 3-speed automatic transmission. Obviously not a lot of power, but this is a little cruiser and the car only weighs a little over 2,300 pounds. So it actually drives around just fine. It's no hot rod. This is a fun little cruiser, but let's kind of take a look underneath the hood here. And I mean, this is amazing. Little dust and everything. It's not even really detailed, but just look of what an amazing original surviving car this is. I mean, there's not even any seepage around the valve cover gasket. That is just truly amazing. Here's our stickers. This car has air conditioning, has even dealer, it looks like a dealer add-on cruise control or some sort of added-on cruise control. I don't think I had it from the factory, but this car does have cruise control and you can tell it's added on, but they did a really good job. There is our data plate. And give you a little tour underneath here. How is that? So here is a little video of the engine running. It just purrs like a kitten, doesn't it? Sound like a sewing machine. All right, we got the tops off. Let's take a little spin around the car and kind of show you how it looks with the T-tops off. And it takes 2 people to take the hatch off, so I can't do that, but there's the T-top right there. And just so you can see also, it's immaculate, the headliner underneath, since I've got them off there. But check it out. There it is with the T-tops off. Go ahead and show you underneath this one too. Immaculate. Uh-oh, you caught me with my cleaning rag there. When I took the T-tops off, I had some dust in the T-bar area, but check it out. All the seals, everything are perfect. Isn't that neat? And that interior is literally mint condition. So go ahead and dive into the interior. All right, I got the interior open here. We got manual windows. I love this little feature of the car. When you're in your car, you can really tell, but the little vents pop out to direct air on you. That is so cool. Anyway, door panel is basically flawless mint condition. I'll give you a bird's eye view into the interior. I always like to get a full size view. All right, looking at the driver's seat, I got my little light here to give us some, so we can light the whole thing up for you. And that's some shadows that you're seeing in there. But see, there you go. This seat is basically perfect. There is nothing there. I mean, even the bolsters and everything are perfect. There's our data plate. And looking at the threshold molding here, got a little bit of paint wear right there. People dragging their foot into the car. Imagine she's getting older there, probably harder to get in and out of. And here is our footwell, and it is pristine condition. Look at that, there's not even a hint of wear on that pedal. Carpets are perfect. Oh, okay, this is gonna drive me crazy. Seems like no matter how much you vacuum and everything, seems like a piece of lint finds its way in there. Can't have that. So look at the carpets, so carpets are perfect. The dash is perfect. Steering wheel, perfect. All the controls. See, here's that cruise control I told you about. See, you did a really good job of it looks factory, actually. If you didn't know, you would probably think it's factory. And it does work, by the way. There's our mirror controls, our dash light controls, headlight controls. Oh, we gotta do this. Hold on. Look at that. Gotta show you. Pop-up headlights. Is that sweet or what? pop-ups. The answer is always the answer. Work perfectly. And again, here's a little tour around the T-bar area. Perfect condition, a little dusty maybe, but show you do the seat. Go ahead and slide in here real quick. And there is our mileage right there. 13,954 miles. And there's that antenna I was telling you about, but steering wheel is in perfect condition. AC is ice cold. Works good there. Even the radio works. The windows are manual, but there's our power outlet, wipers, all that good stuff. Actually, I can just do this while I'm sitting here. Just reach in and grab that key. I'll close that door so I don't have to listen to that buzzer. But this thing just purrs like a kitten. Watch this, I'm not even gonna touch the throttle. Yeah, probably pump it once when it's cold, but here we go. Look at that. Carburetor, we got an automatic choke, so once that warms up, looks like I need to add some washer fluid. Actually, that just came on when I was driving it last time. I was washing the window and I used up my fluid. See that cold, this is cold start. And then you gotta stab it to kick that down. Play the radio for you here. The volume control is a little bit scratchy, and but I will tell you this, the more I've been using it, the better it gets. So just a little bit from lack of use there. Yeah, it'll idle down when it warms up to a perfect idle. Our turn signals. Rear defrost. A couple dummy lights. What does this do? I don't know. I'm not sure. And then I've got everything in the glove box laid out. But there's your stickers in the glove box. Again, dash is perfect. I'll go around to the passenger side to show you a little bit better. Ashtray never been used. Center console, there's your shifter. Everything just looks brand new in this car. There's our little, and even that is perfect. All right. Let me go around the other side. I'll just give you a little walk around while it's running there. It just sounds like a little sewing machine. Original exhaust. All right. Go ahead and show you the passenger side here. Again, we got those pop-out vents. Manual windows. Door panel is flawless. Shoots air out through the dash there for that vent. Show you the passenger seat. It is flawless. Shadows there. Like to show you in the detail. Now this rocker over here, it looks like nobody ever rode in this car. And then the carpets are pretty much mint condition. Show you the dash here from this side. Not a single crack or fault. And then our visors are nice too. Show you those real quick. This one has a little mirror. And the visor over here, perfect condition. There you go. Huh, wonder what that was. Little dome light right there. Rear view mirror's nice. Let's go ahead and show you the back. Slide the seat forward. And in the back here, it is perfect. Carpets, we got the little floor mats laying out over there. So we'll show you those. Rear speakers, got 4-speaker stereo system. The back seat is perfect. And carpets, everything. You kind of get the gist of it. I don't need to really move that seat. Now I'll show you this little party trick here. So lift up on the seat. Got 2 little tabs, pull that forward, and we have a very nice, big cargo area. And the rear carpet is perfect. How cool is that? So I'll go ahead and pop the hatch and show you that from the backside. See, now you can see she's just dropped down on her own actually to a nice little 850, 900 RPM idle. Go ahead and pop the hatch. Oops, sorry about blinding you there. Now, really the only one problem with the car is the rear hatch struts. They're weak. So if anybody knows where I can find some, that would be good. Maybe somebody has some new old stock ones laying around. So look at this underneath the lid here. It's perfect. I mean, there's not even a bubble of rust on this car. 0 rust. Hasn't had a chance. There's the little carpeted area. Little deals for our lights, carry the contacts. Well, here's the 3rd brake light. So I'll kind of show you that. Look, perfect, no cracks. All right, looking inside the car here. Look, here's the instructions for the removable hatch. And here is the carpet. I'll give you a bird's eye view of this area here. Nice big area. And then that little bar right there is to keep things from sliding forward. So, and what's really cool, I haven't done it before, but it says that you could store the T-tops away. So I guess let's just take a look under here. I haven't even done this. Here's our tool. Okay. Oh, well, here's the picture right here. Oh, wow. Shows you how to do it. And little lever right there. So somehow or another, these T-tops actually, that's the coolest thing. They actually stow away. I've never even been back in here actually. There's the tools, there's the original spare, never been on the ground. This is the first time I've been in here. So it's cool. The T-tops actually stow underneath this area, so that way you can still have all of your floor and have the T-tops off too. Now, typically what I do is I'll throw 1 T-top in the back, and then I'll throw 1 T-top in the back seat. That way they don't touch each other. And you know, because you're usually putting them in and out, and it only takes 2 seconds to get them in and out. So, oh, and there's another light. Wow. So like I say, it only takes them a short time to get in and out. So typically that's what I do. So there it is. All right, I want to show you all the goodies in the car here. So there's the floor mats. They hardly have any wear on them at all themselves. But here is the cool deal. And there's screenshot, of all of this in the photo gallery, but I'll go ahead and show you each piece. You can pause it. There's like the little prices. Odometer statement. She got it with 41 miles on it. There's the original window sticker. And then somebody made a copy of it so it's easier to read. Check that out. 34 miles to the gallon. Economical little booger. So what was her total price out the door? Looks like 14,000 bucks. Not cheap. And then here's her, there's the dealership. Isn't that really cool? That was her insurance. And then here's another little invoice here. Shows all of her stuff. Looks like she traded something in there. $1,800 they give her for her trade, whatever that was. And then here is the rest of the manuals. There's instructions for the removal of the rear hatch, warranty information, cool stuff. And whatever this is. 89 Nissan Sell-a-thon. Customer cash assistance. And we even got the original bag there that all of it goes into. So all that is in the glove box. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this guy up on the lift and show you how she looks underneath. All right, we got the Pulsar up on the rack. We'll kind of do a pass under both directions, and then we'll get into the details. a selfie stick for this so I can get a better angle. I can only get so low. All right, like I said, this thing is 13,000 miles, so unbelievably clean. It's a little, we haven't detailed it or done anything like that, so it's gonna have dust on it, but that's not the critical part. I mean, there's gonna be no rust on this car because, like I said, it's a Kansas car here and only 13,000 miles. Original exhaust is still on it. I love the way they put this weight on here as a damper. It's pretty crazy. Looking good. Put brand new tires on it. But not much to see under here, but just showing you anyway. One thing we did do was the factory weld had broke right there, so we had that welded, and then since we can't get in here, we used that muffler patch, so had it welded and filled that in, and it works perfectly. So there's that one little repair on the muffler, but wanted to save the original muffler. But look at the exhaust though. I mean, that exhaust is really good shape and sounds great. Going down the sides here, everything looks good. So, you know, just really nothing to note under here. Oh, got a little damage here on the body seam. You could actually take a 2x4 and you could tap that back out, but honestly, you don't see it, and I would just leave it. I wouldn't even bother. Same thing here. Some idiot put a jack on it. People are stupid. Original converter. And the only thing here is we do have the axle boots that are torn on both sides. And so actually the next step is we're going to take this to the car wizard today after the video overview. So, like I said, steering boots are good. Just the axle boot. Everything's nice and dry. Oil pan's dry. Transmission pan's dry. Everything looks good. Here's your little valance. We'll kind of go around the bottom edge since you can't see that from the top side a little bit. Little scuff right there. Gotta keep going. Rocker looks nice. Wheel wells. Bottom of the rear bumper looks really nice. Got a little bit of a like a little indention right there. You don't even really notice it, but I should point it out to you. What a neat little Survivor. Little wax right there. That's all that is. Here's the front and bottom edge of the bumper. A few little scuffs, a few little nicks. Okay, let's drop it down and take it for a spin. All right, I am strapped into the Pulsar. No traction control on this one, and be honest with you, it doesn't need it. It's a little cruiser. Gotta have my rad hat for the rad car. Let's go, take this thing for a spin. Here we go. The little car just drives like a brand new little Nissan Pulsar. Brand new tires, so it is nice and ready to go. Like I said, we got cruise control that works, manual windows, the radio. The original radio sounds good. Cruise control, dealer add-on, and it works perfectly fine. And the wipers, lights, everything on this car. It's only got 13,900 miles on it, so I mean, you know, brakes and all that stuff, they're not even broke in hardly yet. So here we go, cruising down the road. Such a fun little car. I got the air on and the tops on, the windows up, just so you can hear better or whatnot, but you can guarantee after I get this video done, I'm taking the tops off and cruising, because after this video, basically what I'm doing right now is I'm headed, taking this car to the Wizard and picking up the Ferrari. So that'll be another video. But yeah, this car, take it to Wizard, have him inspect it, you know, check the fluids. You know, I don't know when the last time the oil was changed, so have him check all the fluids. Both axle boots are torn on it, so put a couple axle boots on it. They were still full of grease, so they should be fine. And just give it a little Wizard look over, but I don't think you're gonna find much. This is just a happy little car. It's just great. I remember when these came out, actually this first generation, came out in '83. And I remember seeing, I was in McPherson, Kansas, and I was probably in, I don't know, in junior high or something like that. And I was like, what is that cool little wedgie? Because they're even more pronounced than the first generation. It just looks like a little doorstop. And I thought, well, that's a cool looking car. And I remember that. I do remember that car. And then just seeing these evolve. And, you know, this is the fun little cruiser one. The little SE with a manual is the hot rod one. And but this one here, though, it's just all about fun and nostalgia, popping the tops off. I mean, with it being an XE, I mean, you even give it a pass on the manual, because even if it had a manual, it's not quick. So it's a cruiser, it's fun, it's nostalgia. So no, you know, you guys can hate on it all you like, but I'm just happy driving this thing. Let's give her the beans. That's it. We got her down to the floor. Little 3-speed automatic, but you know, 34 miles a gallon. I mean, that's great. And it's, like I said, it was you know, just an economical little fun commuter car that actually seats 4 people. And it would be fun. I'll have to look on the internet or something, see if I can find a picture with the car with the actual hatch off and the tops off, and have it all off. I'm kind of curious to see, you know, what it looks like. And then, like I said, then that wagon hatch would be, those are neat. I've seen a couple of them. They're kind of cool, but you know, it's just fine with the little notch back. But we're just cruising it along, and absolutely no issues, no problems. The suspension, it's soft. It was soft from the factory, so I mean, it's kind of floaty and soft, but that's what it was. I mean, I'm guessing maybe they're a little weaker than when it was new, just due to age, but nothing that's going to require that you would do anything about. We've been traveling down this back road here, and it's actually a really bumpy road, and it's been handling it perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So I'll go right here. There we go. So there you go. There's your little ride along, the little Nissan Pulsar NX. So hope you guys enjoyed this overview and video. I sure love this little car. I'm gonna have fun just tootling it around. So like and subscribe if you would, and hit that notifications button, because you never know when we might have your next dream car. Have a great day and happy motoring.